And by now you have to be wondering just who in the hell in their right mind was leading this insane experiment. You gotta understand, it was now 1954, and not only US citizens, but the actual government, Uncle Sam himself, was gripped by fear. A fear that the Soviet Union would somehow monopolize the entire LSD market and use it as some sort of a chemical doomsday device to turn all the Americans' brain into nacho cheese. And this had the guys from Langley more focused than ever exploring the use of unconventional weapons against our enemies. And because of all of this, they found excellent potential in hallucinogenic sensory drugs like LSD. And to evaluate how effectively these drugs worked on the common person, they started administering these drugs to unsuspecting people without their consent. And by now you have to be wondering just who in the hell in their right mind was leading this insane experiment. Well, none other than a dude named Stanley Gottlieb, a brainiac chemist from the good old US of A. And Gottlieb, well, he was like a mad scientist, straight out of a sci-fi flick, dabbling in everything from mescaline to morphine to psilocybin to amphetamines, every drug from A to Z. Now, the entire project was like some crazy chemistry class on steroids, but instead of making papier-mâché volcanoes erupt with tomato sauce, they were trying to alter people's minds with dangerous drugs. Well, Gottlieb, that old boy, he decided to throw his ethical standards right out of the window and go rogue with his experiments. He started to dole out drugs like candy at a carnival. Now, if you're scratching your head thinking, wait a second, isn't consent kind of a big deal? Then you're absolutely right, my friend. Absolutely right. Because back in 1949, a thing called the Nuremberg Code set in place ethical standards for science experiments that used human subjects, saying that they must give proper consent in order to take part. But old Gottlieb, bless his black heart, he just shrugged his shoulders and carried on secretly, dosing John Q. Public like it was no big deal.